Hi, hello, it's Emily. I'm so excited for today's video, and I feel like I say that every single video, but today I have a comparison video of the Chanel mini square flap and the mini rectangle flap. So these bags have been on your wish list for a while and you just don't know which one to get. Hopefully this video helps you out, so grab a snack and we're just gonna jump right into this video. I do have a 1-year review of my mini square flap if you're interested in that, because this one is from my own collection, whereas this pink one is actually a rental from LUXE JOUR, which I talked about in other videos, but this video in particular is not sponsored by LUXE JOUR. I just wanted to do a comparison video because these bags are very similar, but they have very subtle differences. And also my rental period is almost up with this bag and I'm still deciding if I want to add it to my collection or not. So let me know in the comments if you think I should keep this or return this by the end of this video. But for this bag, a quick little overview. This is a mini square flap and these are pretty difficult to come by, and I guess that goes for the mini rectangle as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the mini flaps in particular are typically seasonal bags, because when I got the mini square flap, this was part of like a certain season, so they don't come out with this colorway and bag very often. But my square flap is from the spring summer collection from 2023. This one is black lambskin with light gold hardware or beige hardware, as you may see out on the resale market. And I know that this hardware is not everyone's cup of tea, because I'm weird and I'm really picky about like my yellow golds, and I just didn't like it on this bag. So when I saw that this was light gold hardware, I immediately snatched it because it was too good to pass up. So because my bag is a lot newer, it definitely doesn't have that lived-in feel like this bag does. I don't think you can actually tell by just looking at it on camera, but this bag still has a little bit more of that structure. The leather hasn't like fully softened yet, whereas the mini rectangle has, and it just feels like even more buttery and luxurious. So while I love how the mini square flap feels right now, I am excited for it to like soften up more over time and feel like this. And honestly, the biggest difference between these two are just the sizes. So my square flap has 4 diamonds going across, whereas the rectangle has 6 diamonds going across. I'll include the dimensions on the screen so you could see what like the true difference is. But even the width I think is very similar, which I guess that makes it a little bit tougher when you're trying to decide which bag to get. And for me, if I were looking at these two and I really just couldn't decide between them, I think the biggest factor for me is seeing if a phone fits in these bags. I already know that this mini square flap holds my iPhone Pro. So right now I have the iPhone 14 Pro. This is not the Pro Max, it's a size down from it, and it fits perfectly in this bag. And if it fits in the mini square flap, you know it's gonna fit in the rectangle as well. And this actually is great because there's still some extra room in here, and I believe this could fit the Pro Max. So if you have a Pro Max, I would say go for the mini rectangle because your phone will actually fit in it, whereas the mini square, it will not. Now, if you have a 14 Pro like me and you're like, Emily, my phone fits in both bags, like which one should I get? It really just depends on your shape preference at the end of the day. So I actually love the shape of a square flap. It's very unique. You don't see it very often, and I don't have many square bags. Most bags are rectangular, but I just love how cute and compact this square one is, and they both fit similar things. So right now I have some of my items in this pink Chanel flap, and I did use a chain adjuster to adjust the strap on this because it is extremely long, but honestly so is the mini square. So I love that Chanel started including some of the bag adjusters like with their newer mini bags, but I will leave some alternative versions of the bag adjuster below if you're interested. It's way cheaper, comes in a bigger pack, so you can use it on multiple bags. I know I'm just yapping away, but let's talk about what fits inside the mini rectangle versus the mini square. So I have filled up this bag with stuff that I would normally carry with me. First up is a lippy. This one is so cute. It's like a little Dior one. I have a hand sanitizer that's really slim. Phone, like I mentioned, handy dandy slim card holder. I've been using this so much recently compared to all of my other card holders. I have some eye drops in here, another lippy, which I don't need 2 in here. That is pretty much it. So the excess chain is just hanging out on the inside of this bag. And now we're gonna see if those exact items will fit in my mini square flap. I feel like it still might for the most part, but this is what it looks inside, if you can kind of see that. Phone is going back in. My card holder again, hand sanitizer, lippy, other lippy. Oh my gosh, it fits. I'm actually really surprised. Everything fits back inside. What? Okay, after doing that, something I just noticed is that I think the width of the square flap is just slightly wider than the rectangle. Let's see. Can you see that? Like the black one is just slightly wider at the base here. I'm sure once I look at the dimensions, it will tell me everything I need to know, but the fact that everything in this fit in here, I'm very surprised. I was truly not expecting that. That was my first time doing a comparison like that between these two bags, so I'm just as shocked as you are, honestly. Okay, let's talk about the price point now, because this is where things get a little interesting. So first up, if you were to purchase a brand new Chanel rectangle flap in 2025, I'm filming this right now like during April 2025 to be specific, this bag retails for $5,200. And if you were to purchase the mini square flap, it currently retails for $5,000. So it's up to you to decide if you think the extra like 2 diamond sizes is worth the $200 difference between these two bags. I did see an interesting rumor going around online. I don't know how true it is. I need to confirm with my sales associate, but supposedly they are discontinuing this size mini flap, which I think is really interesting considering that Chanel has been releasing a lot of different types of mini bags that may make a little bit of sense. However, they may continue to sprinkle this out in like random seasons. So I will confirm, and if I get an answer by then, I will update on the screen or in the comment section, because that is really interesting to me. But they may be doing the same thing to the mini rectangle that they have been doing to the mini square now. You just won't know when it's going to be available, like which season it's going to be available, and like the colors it's going to come in. So very, very interesting. Another layer to that is if you do not want to pay full price for this bag, or you just don't want to wait and see like when the next bag is even going to be released and you don't know what the color is going to be. There are still a ton of these out on the pre-love market in different colors, sizes, leathers, everything in between. And don't quote me, but a lot of them I've seen are definitely under retail price because Chanel has just been increasing their prices so much recently. You could definitely find a mini square rectangle in like the more 4K range, if not a little bit less depending on the condition. For example, if I were to purchase this bag from LUXE, it would be about like $4,100 or something along those lines. It does fluctuate depending on the conversion rate, but I think to save $1,000 and get the exact bag and color and leather that you want, I think that's worth it. But if you want to get a brand new and get like that boutique experience, like go for it. And also the case is very similar for the mini square flap because this definitely does not release every single season. So if you are looking for an exact color combination of this bag, you're more likely to find it on the pre-love market, and it's most likely going to be either just slightly under retail or about the same price as retail, depending on the condition. Again, I would say do your research, especially on pricing, because honestly, I think that's what it's going to come down to when you decide on which bag to get. I think the chain length is identical as well, and this is a perfect segue to show you some mod shots between the two bags. I cannot wear either of these bags without the chain adjuster because I am 5'2", I'm a petite girly, and these bags are simply too long on me. So that's why the chain adjusters are literally a lifesaver. I love wearing these both on the shoulder. I think they look beautiful. And if I want to wear them crossbody, I can adjust the chain accordingly as well. No complaints about that. But the final question, do I think these bags are worth it? Would I recommend them? I'm going to be biased and say yes. I love, love, love these two so much. If you were to ask me to pick between one or the other, I could not give you a straight answer right now because they're different enough to me where I could like justify keeping this pink one. I just haven't fully made that choice yet, so you will find out in the next couple weeks if I did return this or if I did end up keeping it. My two Chanel bags are black right now, so the square mini flap and my medium classic flap. I don't know if I want to add another Chanel flap to my collection or if I should like change it up and get something more fun, but I do really love this. I love this exact combo right here with this mauve pink with the silver hardware. It's so beautiful. And with that being said, that is all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned a thing or two from this video or got some clarity on which bag to get. Maybe I just made your decision even harder because I feel like I made the decision for myself a little bit harder now. So if you have any follow-up questions, let me know in the comments below or follow me on Instagram and TikTok where you'll probably see more of these bags. But as always, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye!